Excited to be now joined by Lia Prevolis, Interim Assistant Vice President at Florida International University Online. Lia, welcome to BbWorld.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. So let's get into the questions here. Why is accessibility and inclusion particularly important for FIU and FIU Online?
At FIU, we recognize it's our responsibility to foster an open, welcoming, and inclusive environment. Addressing accessibility really removes barriers to success and promotes that culture of inclusivity. By emphasizing access, we're able to continue to foster FIU's climate of inclusion, and really the adoption of the Blackboard Ally tool for that very reason really supports our institutional values.
You mentioned this about accessibility being so critical for reducing barriers. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The online learner in particular has chosen this modality for a reason, or perhaps many reasons, whether it be commitments, learning preferences, abilities, and really keeping that learner in mind during design can have a great impact on someone with long-term, acute, or situational circumstances, or even just preference in how they consume content. Blackboard Ally truly supports all of that. Accessibility serves everyone. And as providers, we're charged with identifying barriers and learning solutions, ensuring inclusion for all learners wanting to receive an education.
I like that. And I think if we take a step more broadly, what are ways that institutions can make education a reality for more learners?
Yeah, I would say keeping access and accessibility at the forefront. While two different things, they really belong side by side. So access is something, fundamental, the bare minimum. Is it available? Can you use it? Accessibility is how to make that a reality for learners. And really at the intersect of those two is where inclusion lies.
And how can institutions make that experience more inclusive?
I would say by taking a more proactive rather than a reactive approach. Sometimes the simplest solution can be the right one and can be the most significant. So in the design process, taking a step back and asking yourself, can the learner get everything they need from interacting with or using this content? And that's really what Blackboard Ally has provided our design team and our learners is improvements in how to make course content more inclusive. Adopting accessibility tools really has given the learner the power of choice on how to interact with, use, or consume that content. And providing training to faculty and staff on accessibility standards, universal design, threading in some themes of UI and UX principles can really foster a culture of familiarity and empathy on the topic.
And it sounds like FIU has made that part of the culture on the faculty side, on the student side, across the board. And I'm curious, how has the past year really shaped and influenced how you've looked at accessibility and meeting students' needs?
So at FIU Online for the past 20 plus years, we've been carefully paying attention to the shifts in learner needs. And while our portfolio has been mainly a synchronous model with the need to shift to emergency remote and shift back from emergency remote, we're paying particular attention on how to introduce synchronicity with student success in mind. And we're doing that through our online live pilot.
Lia Prevolis, thanks for joining us here at BbWorld. Enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you.